Here we are at the start of the City to the Sea course in beautiful downtown San Luis Obispo. We start on Higuera Street and head downtown. You find a lot of shops in downtown San Luis Obispo down here, so it's nice for spectators as well as the course participants. The first 4 miles of the course heads slightly downhill, which makes a nice fast start to the race. This is the fastest part of the course, so it's usually important for new runners and those who are just doing this course for the first time to kind of take it easy on the first mile to 2 miles of the course, because it can get a little out of control, and you definitely want to start conservatively when you're running distances as far as half marathon. On this portion of the first mile, you'll be heading out of downtown San Luis Obispo onto Higuera Street. Passing Marsh Street, a big intersection where you'll find a lot of traffic control on the course. All along the City to Sea course, you're going to be finding enthusiastic Cuesta College volunteers and community volunteers participating to help monitor the safety of our runners as well as the traffic along the course. SLO PD and CHP are also involved in the safety of the course and will monitor a lot of the crossing streets through Higuera. Just as you cross South Street, which we are coming to now, you'll arrive on the 1 mile, first mile of the City to the Sea course, which is located approximately here. Heading on to the second mile, the course flattens slightly, but is still in a downward slant going out towards Pismo Beach. Again, this is a very fast part of the course. It's important to stay under control and enjoy your experience running with your friends. First 4 miles of the course heads slightly downhill, which makes a nice fast start to the race. The race at this point is usually very compacted, a lot of people in a small space. And as we head to Prado Street at the crossing here, the Mission Community Bank, you'll find mile 2 right here. The weather in San Luis Obispo around this time is typically around 65 to 70 degrees. It's very beautiful. It's going to be sunny. It'll warm as the race continues, but since we're starting at 7 o'clock, we'll have nice, cool early temperatures. Traffic control is going to be very stringent on Higuera Street. SLO PD will be monitoring the course as well as the Cuesta and community volunteers to shut down any undue traffic. So there will be northbound traffic on Higuera Street, but no southbound traffic in the traditional right-hand lanes of the street. And as we cross Los Osos Valley Road, main intersection along the course, this is your mile 3. As we pass mile 3 and continue on to the 4th mile of the course, we continue slightly downhill This mile is actually blocked off from traffic, so there will be no traffic continuing on South Higuera past Los Osos Valley Road. The runners will be asked to stay in the right-hand lane for the safety of the course, but there is no traffic on this portion. And on the left, we have a historical landmark, the Octagon Barn here in San Luis Obispo. Cuesta College puts on the City to Sea Half Marathon. It's actually an event put on for Cuesta College track and field and cross country, and all those fundraising dollars go back to the program to help buy, purchase clothing, meats, and help transport, take care of our athletes. This is an important part of the course where athletes can kind of get the wheels turning over, and after you've gotten off this downhill slide, which we're just finishing now, a lot of athletes will kind of push this portion of the course as they get a little more comfortable with the pace and they've even to a flattened area. And here on the right is the Johnson Ranch. It's a nice trail that a lot of our local community members run on a daily basis, and we also have our mile 4.5 water station located there. You'll have GU energy gels, fluid recovery drink, water, and Harvey's Honey Hut bathrooms available for you, as well as a lot of enthusiastic volunteers for that aid station. This portion of the course has always been liked by a lot of past participants because of the rolling hill topography of the course, and just changes, fluctuations in the elevation. So it's a long straightaway. You can kind of get the speed going, feel your rhythm on the course, and getting out of that as you transition out of the downhill portion. When you start out the course, actually, it's going to be slightly dark. Light will just be coming up, and you sort of run out of the darkness and into the daylight. As a part of that, you're passing mile 6 right now on the course, and we're heading towards mile 7 as you start a small uphill here. Apple orchard to the left, which is really beautiful during the City to Sea course, because as the daylight's coming up from over the hills in the east, you've got this low-lying fog that kind of sits in the apple orchard and creates this really awesome mystique to the race as it kind of clears out as the sun comes up. As you kind of climb onto this Highway 101 overpass, you can kind of get the wheels going. It's a good place to start turning up the volume in terms of your intensity in the race, and kind of pushing your effort a little bit. Not too much at this point because we still have some rolling hills coming up, but it's a really fun portion of the course. And here is mile 7. At mile 7 we have bathrooms for Harvey's Honey Huts. We're going to have 2 GU energy gel stations, as well as 2 fluid recovery stations, and plenty of water and tons of volunteers. Little pumpkin patch and apple orchard to the left. It's a lot of fun. You get a lot of kiddies playing over there, and this is where that fog kind of settles in the early morning and will begin to rise out of the orchard as the day progresses. This is probably the most loved portion of our course, because as you head out on this out and back location, the runners will stay to their left, and as the early runners, those who are sort of in the beginning of the race and are leading the charge in this course, they're going to be on your right hand side going the opposite direction. You get to see a lot of your friends who you came out here with, and get cheered on by your family and friends, and enjoy the runnings of the course. This is the turnaround for the Sea to the Sea course. So you're going to be heading slightly downhill, which is nice again to get that turnover going and get the legs pushing around. At this portion of the course, you don't want to be pushing too hard, but you will find mile 8 directly to your left here. You've got all your friends and family running to your right hand side as you see them coming up the road on the out and back, and you're charging downhill knowing that you've gotten through the halfway portion of the race and have the most beautiful portion still ahead of you. Personally, this is my favorite portion of the course because you get to see the most people and the most action on the course. There's so many volunteers and so many helpful people that are here and love being part of the race, and we do this on a year in, year out basis, and the community really knows this race and supports this race. So it's fantastic to have those volunteers out who have done Sea to the Sea in the past, are going to do it in the future, and chose this year to really support their fellow runners. As we move on to this 8th mile, we get a lot of some steep uphills, which is important to if you're conservative early in the race, then you're going to be feeling pretty good at this portion, and you can kind of push your effort through the hills and do really well at challenging yourself in that aspect. And right here, we actually pass mile 9 on the course. So you're going to get these uphills, and they'll definitely be challenging for you. But again, if you've stayed conservative on that first 4 miles, you're really going to love this portion of the course, just enjoying the beauty and focusing on the landscape and just the enjoyment of the race as you continue to work effort on the hills and shorten up the turnover and push effort. You want to be watchful at this portion of the race. There are a lot of, there can be traffic coming through here. They're controlled by CHP, and we'll have volunteers at this location guiding you across the street onto the right-hand side of the road to run on in the bike lane. But just be mindful of traffic coming through here because this course is an open course and not closed to traffic. You meet mile 10, this location, and this is your last recovery station in terms of GOO energy gels and fluid recovery drink. You'll also find water and a bathroom stop from Harvey's Honey Huts there. This is probably the most challenging portion of the course, is after you've gotten through 10 miles, you've still got this steep little uphill. So it's important to kind of conserve your energy going into this. Crest the hill well and put a nice solid effort as you crest going in downhill. This fog is pretty typical of early morning races, but when October rolls around, this fog is going to be cleared and you've got beautiful views of the ocean like you've seen in many of the pictures and videos of Sea to Sea in the past. And this is probably the most beautiful portion of the course. As you crest that hill, you look over to your right, you've got this beautiful view of the ocean beyond, and you know that it's 3 miles downhill into the finish line. and mile 11 is located just here actually is mile 11. So you know at this point you've got 2 miles. We staff a lot of volunteers. You'll find them all in orange jackets. They'll have event staff t-shirt, very enthusiastic, and they're located at every intersection along the course. So they'll be great to help support you as you're finishing up your race, you know, achieving something monumental for yourself, and either looking for a personal best, enjoyment with your friends, or just a nice run on a Sunday morning. Any way you cut it, you're gonna enjoy being out here, love being out here, get a lot of encouraging support from volunteers and staff, as well as your course mates, and have a great time at the City of the Sea. This is a really amazing portion of the course, actually, because as you're going through these short little rises, you're just so close to the finish line. It's almost the feeling's almost palpable. You can just feel the energy kind of building as you see more spectators and your friends and family and waiting for you, and people clapping. And we always have people coming here with signs and just supporting you on your path to your 13.1 mile goal. Mile 12 aid station is located to our right. This will be your last water station on the course. And at this point, we have also entered the city of Pismo. This is the Shell Beach residence of the city of Pismo. And it's a nice, cute little neighborhood. So it's nice to be introduced back into a lot of shops where there's a lot more people, and kind of feel the energy of getting back into the life of the race. In just a moment, we'll actually take a jog into the neighborhoods of Shell Beach and enjoy our last little jaunt to the finish. You're going to get this beautiful shot right directly in front of you of the beautiful ocean as you take a jog left. So you've got your ocean off to the right, as the fog's really cleared out of this area, and you've got there's people lining the whole course at this point. Everywhere you see is just a lot of people. So at this point, you're really sprinting for the finish, giving everything you've got, because it comes up right around this corner, and pushing with all you got, looking for your friends and family, and looking for that course PR. And just beautiful, beautiful location here at Dinosaur Caves Park, the finish of the Sea to the Sea course. And at this portion, you are heading into the finish, and we have our finish located right here as you cross through. As you get through the finish, you're actually going to be awarded with a top 100 mug if you're one of the first 100 females or males to get across the finish line. You'll also be awarded with a finisher's medal and be provided with food, which is donated by the Twisted Vine Catering, as well as water that we have available for you, bottled water this year, and all the festivities at Dinosaur Caves Park, which is where we're currently located here in Pismo Beach. One of our big sponsors for the race actually is Pismo Beach. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out on the course.